up on the map now.
After another photo op atop Hurricane Pass, we continued down the trail to Lake Como. Lake Como, at 12,215 feet above sea level, is the headwaters of the Uncompahgre River, which forms Poughkeepsie Gulch in the Uncompahgre Gorge.
Now that I look at it, that's the value of having four-wheelers. I will have been able to go all these routes and go, all right, going left. Safer.
The approach to the lake is gorgeous, with the turquoise blue water contrasting with the dark red rock that surrounds the lake.
The badge of honor. To get some photos, so we're going to find a place to stop. Probably going to want to get this so we can get most vehicles in here.
After taking pictures around Lake Como, our convoy headed the short distance toward the trailhead for Poughkeepsie Gulch Trail.
can't see if there's anything in front of us. Oh, there's the river.
Pretty hard on the tires. Control isn't that good. Some of them may have never actually produced much of anything. Might have been more like unexploratory.
As we neared the trailhead, we noticed another Jeep having difficulty getting up and over the last incline, coming from the section of the trail that leads to the infamous Poughkeepsie Gulch wall. Darren suggested we pull aside and offer assistance. I started pulling to the right while still looking in the direction of the stuck Jeep, never seeing the rock sticking up just off the trail.
Go over to the right here. Yeah. I'll give him a hand.
Oh, shit!
Not like that, though.
I didn't see that.
The first indication anything had gone wrong was when the turtle's underbelly crunched atop the rock. He would not move any further forward, nor would he move back. He was well and truly high-centered. Darren, John, and Nate assessed the situation and determined we just needed to lift the turtle's frame off the rock. Our companions and several other nearby Jeepers started piling rocks in front of and behind the turtle's tires. Within moments, the turtle was able to get off the rock under his own power. In the meantime, the Jeep that had initially attracted our attention had made it up and over the incline on its own as well. Our convoy headed down into Poughkeepsie Gulch, stopping at the bottom of the steep hill for lunch, to appreciate the scenery and to grab some more photos.
good walking, John? Or you need a space? Okay.
Wasn't expecting that.
Hold to the right.
Find a spot right in behind Nate. Nate will probably direct.
Room over there too. Either
Yeah.
one.
That's plenty deep.
Roughly a half hour later, we resumed our journey north.
Yo. Okay, be careful. I'm going to be doing the underside wash.
All right. Going fast or going slow?
Make a move extreme. Shortcut to your dreams. Float straight to the stars on that flying thing.
Aside from the infamous wall, Poughkeepsie Gulch is also known for its challenging and rocky paths and potentially dangerous shelf roads.
We got a heat on the phony string. Once the magic starts. What's going on must come down. Baby, you're losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone.
The trail/county road follows the course of the Uncompahgre River for most of its length, sometimes right at the level of the water, other times hundreds of feet above it.
Here, gotta go hit that ride to the setting sun. I gotta leave this mess behind. Gotta cruise on the blues, got a life to find. What you need is then a read on a dotted line. Welcome to the show. What's going on must come down. Baby, you're losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone. Devil in disguise. What's going on must come down. Baby, you're losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone. What's going on must come down. Baby, you're losing ground. Dancing with your blinkers on. Throw your dog the invisible bone.
It's a Ruby. They don't have a problem.
What? Oh, it's gotta be tarred.
These are the things we were looking at in the pictures.
That water wasn't terrible. The orange was all over that.
Yeah.
That's acid mud, right? Leaching out the iron mostly, but it could also be leaching out arsenic protozoan, but it's a little more conservative, and there really is not a lot to do to it. I mean, seriously. Get a case of Giardia and cryptosporidium out of that. So that's fine.
I'd really rather not.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line, don't let these things get through that water. Don't let it splash on the water good.
I'm seeing the puddle, but I'm not seeing the windshield. And I'm starting to see a little bit of white.
That moon in the mountains, it'll happen.
A little further. That's blocked by trees. Yeah, I can pull up over there.
We're going to go on the other side of this creek crossing and hold up for a minute, see if this is where you want to go.
We're still on the road here.
I'm guessing this is right.
You want to go up the rocks?
I've been up there, I guess.
That was the left. looks like a dam almost.
That's snow.
That's snow. Wow.
Right over.
Right in here. All right. For the mine. You're gonna be going right past it. Okay. That wasn't as much of a drop off as I was anticipating.
Should have picked up some of that bird's eye porphyry while I was out there. Just directed shot the dart over the edge of the river.
They didn't do it, huh?
He didn't do it. He didn't need my help.
Through another mine.
An abandoned gold mine and sorting mill, the Michael Breen Mine, is located near the northern end of the trail, between two of the narrow shelf roads. The Michael Breen Mine was one of 7 claims making up the Michael Breen Group, patented in 1879. The Michael Breen Group was productive for 93 years before mining operations ended in the 1980s. The mine shafts themselves were located high above on the face of the mountain. The remains of the ore car tracks remain, leading to the ore storage bin where ore was dumped into horse-drawn wagons for transport to the processing mills and smelter.
Dawn. Maybe they were saying dawn with an accent.
Yeah, probably.
Should get video of us coming down?
Probably everybody.
This looks like a tree growing up on the side of the rock there.
Probably is. Pretty much for me, it's a continuous browbeating, especially if I'm on the wheeler. I'm too far ahead, I'm not far ahead enough. Whatever. Winds seem here. So pay a lot of attention in here.
Yep.
'Cause this is like 500 feet over the edge.
One of the biggest challenges of the day came near the end, when our convoy, the Turtle still in the lead, had to cross the last shelf road with overhanging rock on the inside and a deadly 300-foot sheer drop on the outside. Darren coached me as I drove slowly along, even offering to take the wheel if I felt it was necessary. However, something inside me told me I needed to do this for myself. This would not be the most difficult trail we would face on this vacation adventure.
This is on the right side of the Jeep today.
I'll run this back.
Oh, shit.
We were 2/3 of the way along the shelf road when the 7-slot grille of a southbound Jeep appeared at the far end. I was momentarily concerned, as there was no room for vehicles to pass side by side along this stretch of road, and I was certainly not backing up. But seeing 3 Jeeps heading in his direction prompted the other driver back a short distance out off the shelf road and safely onto a high embankment with enough room for us to pass. I was pleased by the courtesy of all our fellow wheelers we had encountered that day.
Whenever we had to run off the trail, I took track. Just in case. Even then, that didn't really help. But once we were submerged, that's
We'll have a few seconds when we get home. Need 'em. Stay right here.
instructing someone else to go to your road. Oh, yes. Somebody had an egg. Only going in and out. The trouble was, it depended on how far away I was. In fact, coming out of Norway during my first deployment, coming out of the fjords, and it was still another 6 hours before we dived. Everybody in control had a bad with them. And I'm not talking like a little bad, I'm talking like garbage.
Right.
I had never been so happy to submerge in my life. Gone, and Bell had become undrivable because of the issue with the ball joints and stuff. So one of the other club members loaned me her Jeep for 2 weeks. And it was a manual. I have to admit, it's kind of fun driving a manual again.
Yep, now you're gonna be back at forward for a bit. Everybody all good back there, Nate?
Once our 3 Jeeps were off the Shelf Road, it was only a short distance before we reached the Alpine Loop staging area right on US 550, a little more than 4 miles north of where we had entered the trails at Ironton, but roughly 12 miles taking the route we had wheeled.
This guy that we need to tell.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you can see them because they're
Ready
right
to
behind
roll.
us.
He's all ready to go. It's like, dude, hold up.
Okay, so
Completion of Poughkeepsie Gulch earned the Turtle his first Jeep Badge of Honor.
At least for yourself, and then everybody else is going to have to find something.
Corkscrew Gulch Trail, also known as County Road 20A, winds between 2 peaks of the Red Mountains, where drivers and passengers can enjoy some really beautiful country. The road becomes Country Road 11 after crossing Corkscrew Pass summit, and you descend toward Hurricane Pass. While the trail is considered easy when dry, as it was when the Turtle and our companions climbed the pass, if wet, the trail becomes more difficult due to slippery clay soil. The difficulty rating is listed as 3 out of 10. Hurricane Pass, also known as County Road 10, is similar to Corkscrew in that the road is wide and graded most of the way. There is one section that consists of a shelf road along a steep mountainside prior to approaching the actual pass that could be uncomfortable for inexperienced drivers. If headed north toward Lake Como and Poughkeepsie Gulch, be careful not to make the same mistake we made and turn left off of County Road 11 near Cement Creek, just prior to where the county road merges with County Road 10. This side road will lead you up a rocky incline and past an area used as a campground before twisting and descending into private property. The private property is gated and posted, and we had no issues with the owner before turning back around. Hurricane Pass itself has a place to pull off the road for pictures with the signpost and a spectacular view of Lake Como 500 feet below, but it can be extremely windy as it was the day we visited. The difficulty rating for this trail is also listed as 3 out of 10. Poughkeepsie Gulch Trail, also known as County Road 18A at its northern end, is a secluded trail with some amazing obstacles to play on. Its best known feature is the wall. This obstacle is a very steep rock with an occasional audience. While the Turtle didn't get there that day, I've been told you can winch if you need to, or bypass if you cannot make it up and over. Winch points are available at the wall. There are also several areas of loose rock along the entirety of the trail that can be challenging without lockers, especially in the uphill or southern direction. The narrow shelf road overlooking Poughkeepsie Gulch itself near the northern end of the trail between the intersection with County Road 18 and the Michael Breen mine can be intimidating to some drivers and or passengers. Please keep in mind the driver will be on the drop-off side of the shelf road if you're heading north as we were. The passenger on the drop-off side if heading south toward the wall. The uphill direction, traveling south, has a difficulty rating of 7 out of 10. The downhill direction, northbound as we were heading, is considered a little easier.
Bear Creek.
After airing up our tires in the staging area and a short excursion into nearby Ouray for Kenny Jeep to fuel up, our 3 Jeeps headed back south along the $1 Million Highway and back to Durango for the night.